Hi everyone, and welcome back to The Crow. I'm Lauren Ballard, the multimedia editor for the Chanticleer. If you don't already know, The Crow is our weekly podcast where we will briefly discuss the events and stories you might have missed this past week. We'll go over our top 5 stories that were written last week, sports updates, and what to expect to see in the upcoming week. Now for our top 5 stories. Our number 5 story written by Noah Lockett, correspondent, titled Jack State Hosts Choral Showcase, published on March 11, 2025. He writes, Jacksonville State University hosted a spring choral showcase at Mason Hall on Friday. The showcase displayed a variety of choirs from Jacksonville, including the Civic, Collegiate, Gospel, and a cappella choirs, as well as Encore, the university show choir. All of these choirs were comprised entirely of Jacksonville State students, except for the Calhoun County Civic Chorale, which is open to everyone in the local community according to the JSU website. The event was very popular, as Mason Hall's concert hall was near maximum capacity. They opened with the song It's a Grand Night for Singing by Rodgers and Hammerstein. One student, a member of Jacksonville State Gospel Choir, is quoted with saying, My favorite part was the first song we sung because it's a testament to our heart and what we stand for. Our fourth top story this week was by our correspondent Bella Brasher, titled Freshman Forum to Host 5K, published on March 12, 2025. She writes that the Freshman Forum will be hosting a Shamrock Shuffle 5K on Friday, March 14th, from 5 to 9, beginning at the TMB lawn and traveling 3.1 miles around campus before returning to the TMB. The 5K is the Freshman Forum's philanthropy event that started last year, partnered with Behind a Smile. Behind the Smile is a local organization that aims to educate the youth and their parents what goes on behind the smile. The organization is in honor of their son who committed suicide, who always had a smile on his face, but no one knew he was struggling with thoughts of self-harm, says Bethany Dean Suits, a Freshman Forum mentor. She continues to state, we partner with them because our philanthropy is on suicide awareness and prevention. Our number 3 top story by sports editor Austin Tackett, titled Gamecocks Whoop number 21 Troy in 7 innings on March 11, 2025. The Jack State baseball team took the saying, whoop Troy, a little too serious on Tuesday, demolishing the number 21 ranked Troy Trojans 11-1 in a shortened 7-inning game at the Jim Case Stadium. Redshirt sophomore right-hander James Wilson was on the bump to get things started against the in-state foe, and he did not disappoint. Wilson pitched 4.2 innings where he allowed Troy's lone hit as well as lone run. He stuck out 6 Trojans and walked 5. Junior right-hander Joe Scarborough, who was awarded the first win of the season, came in relief of Wilson in the 5th inning. He struck out 2 batters and walked 2 while allowing 0 runs on 0 hits. Senior outfielder Drew Collins delivered another dominant performance in the box. After going in the last 5 games without tallying a single hit, Collins showed up and showed out against the Trojans. He tallied 3 hits on 4 trips to the plate, 2 of which were 2 baggers, 2 runs, and an RBI, and turned the gas to steal a base early on. They say it's not about how the team starts, but how they finish. For the Gamecocks, it might be a little bit of both. Next, our number 2 and our number 1 stories were both occupied by the SGA election results. The elections were held on March 11, 2025, and the runoff elections were held on March 13th. But here I'll be sharing the results of the election. First, the Vice President of Public Relations is Miller Small. Next, the Vice President of Organizational Affairs is Trey Lemon. Next, the Vice President of Student Activities is Bethany Dean Suits. The Vice President of Student Senate is Tanaya Fairbanks. And our new SGA President is Ayana Scott. If you want to read these top 5 stories and more, make sure to visit our website at jsuchanticleer.com. Now onto our sports update. Sports editor Austin Tackett wrote, Gamecocks stance past FIU in the CUSA quarterfinals. The Jack State men's basketball team fought their way past the Florida International Panthers 65-56 in the quarterfinals of the Conference USA tournament at the Provost area in Huntsville on Wednesday. While it was not the cleanest game the Gamecocks had played all year, it played out similar to the previous matchups in the FIU season. Though Jack State swept the Panthers in a regular season, both games were decided by 5 or fewer points, and the final matchup outside of the tournament provided 2 quarters of free basketball with double overtime. The tournament matchup showed similar sights, but the Gamecocks proved tougher. Even though the lead changed 8 times, the Gamecocks led the nearly 37 minutes while the Panthers only held a lead for less than 2 minutes all game. Pierre Jr. is quoted with saying, we stayed together the whole time, me and my team, we just fought through everything. When adversity hit, we stayed together the whole time. We didn't let nothing get us down. Next, we have a story written by our correspondent, Matthew Parker, titled Gamecocks Claim Multiple Conference USA Basketball Postseason Awards, published on March 11, 2025. It reads, the Conference USA announced their postseason awards for both men and women's basketball on Monday. They were voted by the head coaches, sports information directors, and media personnel representing a specific school. 5 players represent the Gamecocks in these awards. For men's basketball, Jaron Pierre Jr., redshirt senior guard, CSU Player of the Year, all CUSA first team. Next, head coach Ray Harper won Gene Barrow Coach of the Year. After that, Mason Nicholson, redshirt junior, center, all CUSA defensive first team, all CUSA honorable mention. Quilbron House, freshman guard, CUSA all freshman team. And finally, for women's basketball, Clara Gonzalez Planella, junior guard, CUSA 6th Player of the Year. And finally, for our sports updates, we have a story by Matthew Parker, published on March 17th, 2025, titled Gamecocks Fall to Hot-Handed Liberty in the CUSA Championship. It reads, the Jack State men's basketball fell 79-67 in the Conference USA Championship to a hot-handed Liberty team who shot 60% from the three-point line on Saturday in Huntsville at the Proppist Arena in Von Braun Center. He continues to say, within 5 minutes before the tip-off and both teams took the court, just as Jack State coach Ray Harper noticed a major wet spot on the court near the center. There was a constant drip from the roof of the arena with the heavy rain and intense severe thunderstorms across the area. The tip-off was originally set for 7:30 p.m., but due to the rain, the tip-off was postponed to 8:30 p.m. Jack State held the lead with 11-4 within the first 5 minutes, but Liberty held the Gamecocks to just 19 points in the remaining 15 minutes of the first half. After this game, JSU is expected to play Georgia Tech on March 18th, and if they won, they would continue their road to Indianapolis to take plans to the NIT Championship. And they did win 81-64. If you want to read these articles and more, make sure to visit our website at thejsuchanticleer.com. Now for a head start on next week's news. Spring break is coming up fast. If you're doing anything fun for spring break, make sure to DM any photos to JSU Chanticleer's Instagram or email us any photos at info@jsuchanticleer.com. On Monday, March 24th, JSU is hosting a Crystal Water Manatee Tour. You can join at the Adventure Recreation as they snorkel with manatees on the Crystal River in Florida over spring break. On March 27th at 4:30 p.m., JSU is also hosting a Dream Team meeting at the Houston Cole Library. DREAM, meaning Disability Rights, Education, Activism, and Mentoring Team, is a club for anyone who wants to increase awareness on campus regarding disabilities, participate in activism efforts, increase the support system, and participate in social activities. Anyone is welcome to attend. A couple of sports games coming up. Softball versus Liberty on March 23rd, and it will be live on ESPN at 11 a.m. and is a home game. On March 28th, there's many games going on at 6 p.m. Women's tennis versus Tennessee State, softball versus FIU on ESPN, and baseball versus Liberty. All of these are at home. And on the 29th, softball versus FIU again, but at 2 p.m., and baseball versus Liberty at 6 p.m. Well, that's it for The Crow. To stay up to date with JSU news, make sure you check out our website at jsuchanticleer.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at JSU Chanticleer.